Here's how you can buy your first Airbnb property with no income. So this video is going to be all about how do you buy your first short-term rental, some of the things that you need to know to do, and some of the things you need to know not to do. First things first, you want to identify markets and areas that have demand. Where are people going for long weekends? What are those recreational areas where people have demand? Recently, I just completed building a property on a river in Massachusetts, and it's, on the way to Cape Cod, quintessential coastal colonial town with 6 beaches, huge boating, big fishing town, but really has a small New England feel and charm to it. So I'm seeing that there's going to be a lot of demand there. Also happens to be in my hometown where I grew up. So I had a lot of familiarity with the market and with the area and knew what would work and what wouldn't work. So you want to look at where is there going to be demand. I don't know that someone's going to necessarily want to go to some rural area in the middle of the country and fork over their hard-earned dollars for an Airbnb. So figuring out the markets. What market do you want to buy in? Also, is it something where you want to maximize the income on? Or is it more of a lifestyle play where you're going to get some income and then you're also going to use it a little bit? That's the case for me. So I'm going to use this property a few times a year, particularly in the summer, and then I'm going to rent it short term when I'm not there. So you got to kind of decide those things, figure out what's going to be the right property for you. How do we buy it? You can buy a second property, right? This would be considered a vacation home, depending upon the price point in your area, for as little as 10% down. Then you're going to want to think about in terms of 20%, 25%. But you can start with 10% down on a second home. There are programs where you can do what's called a DSCR loan. Now, I know that those have gotten a lot of play, and they're actually really, really great because you don't need personal income to qualify. Let's say that you're a W-2 employee and your income is not enough to qualify for this property. The DSCR loan is going to allow you to use long-term rents to help you offset and cover that mortgage, including principal and interest, property taxes, and insurance. Again, it's none of your income to qualify. So that is a real easy type of underwriting program. As you can imagine, interest rates are a little bit higher on those for foregoing all of the income documentation and whatnot. It's a little bit higher in interest rate. Another thing you could do, now this is, say you do not own a primary residence and you have full authority to work remote. And when the lender goes to verify that work remote, they can do that with your HR department, whoever verifies the remote piece. But buy a property owner-occupied, go live in it for 12 months as your owner-occupied property. At the end of 12 months, you can then move out and convert that into a short-term rental. Now, when you buy some owner-occupied, depending upon the price point, you could put down 0, 3, 3.5, 5%. So really getting a lot more leverage. And that'll also give you a lower interest rate when buying a primary home. At the end of 12 months of living there, then you can convert it to a short-term rental property and take advantage of those benefits. Other things that you're going to want to consider: who's going to run the property? Is it you? Is it a property management company? For me, on the one that I just set up, we realized we wanted to be pretty hands-off. I've got 2 young boys. I live in California. This property is in Massachusetts. I need to be as hands-off as possible. I'm also running a mortgage business, among many other responsibilities in my life. And so I did some research and I found a company that specializes in short-term rental property management. And they literally only take 10% of your profits, and they do everything from pictures, videos, marketing, dealing with handyman, cleaning crew, any repairs on the property, any broken or stolen items. They manage all that. And then they really focus on getting you 5-star reviews and testimonials. And they manage that feedback and testimonial process on the back end. So there's some great short-term rental property management companies in there. If you want a recommendation to the one that I chose, send me a message and I'd be happy to share them with you. I don't have any affiliation with them, but I've been very, very happy so far. So far, let's recap what we've talked about. We talked about, 1, how do you identify the area? What does it look like to qualify? Are you buying a second home short-term rental out of the gate? Are you buying a primary residence and going to live there and at the end of 12 months moving out? Who's going to manage the property? Who's going to handle all of those things for you? I think that buying short-term rentals can be a great way to subsidize your vacation time, your lifestyle, as well as creating income for you. I also have some friends and clients that have 10, 15, 20 different short-term rental properties, and that is their primary source of income. So there is a lot of opportunity out there. I think being informed and knowing what's possible for you, knowing your numbers, doing your research is going to make all the difference. We can help you with the mortgage and the financing piece on the pre-approval side, so if you have questions, reach out to me. If you found this video valuable, please like it and share it with a friend. If you're not subscribed, hit subscribe. Remember, we're here to educate and empower people around their mortgage and financial needs, and keep your eye out for more to come.